just got belted. Yep, I'm on. Oh, I missed it. Just got to sink it down just that little bit near those snags and they get done. Yep, oh, again. Holy. Right beside that little, just one root. There's one root out on the edge. Oh, again. Mate, there must be a mafia of them in there, eh? Just a big ball of big jack. Watch this. Yeah, I've got it. Oh, straight off the top. Yeah, I got it again. Oh, it's a better one. He's a good fish. Mate, that is not a bad way to start a review, I'm telling you. Come here, mate, before that is in the 40s. Come around here and have a look at this. I've been waiting to review this lure for a while. I've got to be honest with you. Let me get a handle on this jack. Let me show you the lure. And the reason I've wanted to review, oh, he's about to take my hand. The reason I've wanted to review this lure is because they're so accessible and the jacks love them, all right? And the barra. See you, mate. Get away from those crocs. Let me show you what this thing is all about. And if you get it in the right spot, which is the key with jack and barra fishing, but these little squidgy paddlers, right? This is a little prawn paddler, and the crack pepper's my favourite. I love those hot eyes like that, and just the colour with that translucent, almost clear colour. The paddle tail, the little legs underneath it. Have a look at the profile on it. All right. Nice small profile on it. Those little legs for a little bit of shutter through the water. These things are fire on the jacks. They're a little bit harder to skip cast than some of the bigger shad style lures, but when the fish are chasing prawns and you need something to send in there with a paddling action on the back end, these things are absolute fire. So they're a little bit of a smaller weight, right? So if you're into your skip casting, you can do it. If you're just learning to skip cast, go for the bigger size ones to get a start. But the jacks, like you can see, they absolutely love them, especially if you're getting like clearer water too. Oh, there's a massive boil right there. Something's just come up, something big's just come up underneath that. But what I really love about them is as they drop, they don't drop straight down like that. They drop like a prawn on that angle like that, and that makes a hell of a difference. You might have seen it with the way I was fishing it. I was just stopping it, and with a little bit of tension on the line, it helps as well. But the jacks and the barra love these things. I'm gonna bring you along this bank and show you exactly how I like to fish it. I'll show you the packs they come in. So that's the 80 millimeter paddle prawn in crack pepper. It's from the Squidgies Pro Range series, and they are everywhere, those things. So, unreal. So you can still skip them, and even in these conditions where there's a little bit of a top on the surface of the water from the wind, that can make it a little bit more difficult. I'm still managing to get it in there. And they work on the burn and the stop. So, just got hit. So some of the shad style lures, when you stop them, the fish just stop and they leave because they drop like that. But these little prawns, if you can get skipping prawn lures, right, that are nicely weighted, little prawn shapes like that, if they sort of drop on an angle like that, they are fire. Especially if the jacks are they're not coming to the surface yet. So if it's a little bit earlier in the afternoon or they're not as fired up, fishing with these prawns where you can just drop it down like I did beside that single little mangrove root, it's the way to go. You see there's more in there for it. And if you want to know what I'm throwing it on, I've just got 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, and this is a Shimano Curado on a Shimano Raider. Alright, and that's a bass Raider, like a 510. This is my skip casting rod, okay, and with 20-pound line on my little Curado, it gives me the slinging power to be able to fling in under everything and get those casts right in deep where the snags are overhanging and the jacks and the barra are sitting. Surely there's something off the end of this. Come here. Oh, you got hit, big hit. Oh, a boil from a barra. Just saw the whole thing. So visual. Oh, you just rolled on it. Oh, you dog. So the way that I love to fish these things, and you can fish them with a regular jig head, it sits on it perfectly, it's no dramas, is to run with like a weighted worm hook like that. Look how bashed that gets. But with a little twist lock up the front, you just twist that little wire twist into the head of the bait, and that allows it just to sit perfectly flat, right? So it sits perfectly flat like that with the hook almost exposed. So you don't want it right out when you're fishing heavy cover. You want it so that when the jack and the barra grab it, that's exposed, and that's how you hook them. That's just what happened with that last jack. So you can throw it in, you can see I'm right amongst all the snags there, and then you can just pop it out, and there's no snagging, or almost no snagging. It's so rare to get snagged up with this style of fishing, and that's the way that I love to do it, because it means you can get into spots where no one else is getting their lures, and that makes all the difference. Boy, they look good in the water. These are the perfect sections where you want to be throwing these things, like heavy mud, big cover, big shadows. Send it deep in there. That's what you want. That's a perfect sort of zone. And then if you're not getting anything first couple of casts when you're bringing it out quick, you can drop it down, and often just watch your line, because they'll grab it on the way down and you'll tighten up. Right, so that's the squidgy paddler prawn. I love this 80mm. They come in other sizes. There's 6 in a pack, and they come with S Factor, which I love to rub plenty of S Factor all over my lures. It gives me the confidence as I'm going throughout the day, especially if you're doing lures where you stop and drop and wait for them to make their decision and grab the lure. But that's it. Cracked pepper's got to be one of my favourites. There's another one that's like gold with the stripes down the side, a little bit like a tiger looking one. They're my favourites.